All right. Hello, everyone. This is Monsaf Afkar, and thank you so much for joining us in this new call of your divine uniqueness. Thank you for your presence, for sharing with us this space and time. So, as always, very happy to connect with you here. And also very excited that Anne Deidre is back on the show. Yeah, she joined us many times before, and the last time it was, I think, on February. And yeah, every time it's new experience, and it's very profound, very powerful, um, and really open our eyes to things that sometimes we misunderstand, when we try to understand spirituality and connecting to our true power or intuition, and how this can be experienced in our physical reality. And also, really love how she connects with the audience, and the guidance, the readings that she gives. It's been always really powerful and very helpful. So always happy to have her with us on the show. And today's call will be about the frequency of divine self-care and universal laws. And yeah, so she will be sharing about divine self-care, and also, like I said, like, because self-care, sometimes we misunderstand it. We may feel that it's more like maybe being selfish, or sometimes we feel like giving up on others when we care about ourselves. And here she will go deep and give us more understanding about the truth of this, and how this can really serve us, serve others as well, and how it is related to the universal laws. And also, she will do live readings for you. So for that, you can raise your hand by pressing reactions, then raise hand on Zoom app. And if you are on the phone, you can raise your hand by pressing *9, or you can type your questions on the question boxes on Zoom and also on YouTube. And yeah, she will be the readings. She will be using her new Oracle card deck, Divine Self-Care and Spa Day Oracle. And for those of you who are new to Anne, she is an international celebrity expert on intuition, certified medical intuitive, best-selling author and publisher, professional artist, speaker, and coach. And yeah, so with that, Anne, welcome back to the show. Happy to have you with us.
Thank you, Monsaf. Always an honor.
Wonderful. Yeah, very happy to have you with us today. And yeah, would you like to share maybe a little bit about your work briefly for those who are new to you, who are watching for the first time?
Yes, thank you. I have been a professional intuitive, I want to say, for almost 20 years. It started with downloads coming to me in my third eye with a book to write. I'd been painting for a while. I didn't recognize that even something like painting, which I thought was a hobby, was actually a way to raise my vibration and my frequency. And then I found meditation. So when I was doing the Kriya Yoga meditation, that was clearing my energy centers, chakras as well. And I did have a dark night of the soul, which I know was a very specific spiritual awakening. And I just feel like there's been this divine guidance that was somehow able to come through that, things like, go to the health food store where I found the meditation. So I didn't recognize right at first, but I started to realize there were synchronicities happening in my life. And then when I became a professional angel reader, then I knew that I was really psychic and had an ability to offer people messages from the angelic realm. That started coaching with chakras in the energy centers psychically to clear them and activate them. I didn't know what to call it for the longest time. It's only been in the past few years, really, where thankfully we get to gather in this, wonderful community and collective that we hear as light workers, way showers. And things just started to make more sense. And then I was able to work with so many people around the world that were experiencing similar, experiences, spiritual awakenings, thinking they had gifts and talents, what else is possible. So I've been steadily working with this, and I know that we are making such a difference. And as we continue to elevate our own consciousness with, feeling better, with wellness, that was the thing when I started with readings. It was, relationship and career, and wellness wasn't really that important back in 2007-ish, say. But now I recognize it with the universal laws that it's foundational for everything else we want to attract, and, resonance and law of attraction, things we've heard about. There's just other ways of working with it that I'm just finding out about now. So this feels like, new information that I'm happy to share, because I love to share tools like that work.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing about that. And also, you will be sharing later about your new Oracle deck, and you will be doing some readings doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and so yeah, about our subject today, I'd love if we start maybe by your definition or your perspective. How do you see divine self-care?
Yeah, so I was born in the early to mid 60s, and I have been able to work with people around the world very steadily, noticing that once I found a book called Dolores Cannon's Three Wave of Volunteers, that we, a lot of the people I connected with were here on a very specific mission. And I recognize also that growing up, whatever, self-care wasn't really talked about. If you took time for yourself, you wanted to be, a good person, in quotes, you would expend all of your time and energy on other people. And I know that I'm not the only one that really grew up like this. So, experiencing burnout and things like that along the way, I started to get really directives, downloads. My guides talked to me very clearly. And in 2015, when I was just very busy and happily working and didn't really feel I'm happy with my work, like what is going on with my health? But Spirit was saying, you must equal the output that you're putting out into the world. The input needs to be equivalent. And that was just kind of shocking for me. I was like, I was, not eating right. I'm like, I'm strong, I can do, but no, and so little by little, I reframed this self-care piece. And at first it felt, I'm not really comfortable, taking time off and doing these things to feel better. But again, Spirit and the angels and our guides just keep with us and keep reminding us and showing us, when I really started to put some time and effort into it, I could see other things happening in my life that were, really divine. So, and I recognized that self-care was divine, and that it really was our job. Not was it just, a luxury. It was foundational, essential to being in, energy medicine. A lot of us are doing energy medicine, whether we're at the grocery store. The power of our energy field can amplify such good vibes. So it's just turned into so much more than I ever thought it was. And I'm happy to share the memo. The care towards yourself is important.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you about that. And so my question is maybe how to start with self-care. Because also like for me, like my journey with self-care, it was more like becoming aware that I didn't care of myself in the beginning. And also maybe trying to understand how I talk to myself and if I find myself judging things that I'm doing. So how do we start this journey, or maybe shift the way we connect to ourselves?
Yeah, that's really powerful, Monsef. And that is a really good place to start. Even if you set your intention that you're going to be more aware to how you're feeling. And I know from the I Am Presence and the spiritual teachings that come through me that when we observe and notice with compassion ourselves and others, we're able to actually emit a healing frequency. So we can notice throughout our day. I mean, I don't care if you set a timer, a post-it. I know for me, it wasn't something I was used to doing. But when I started working with medical intuition also around 2015, I was shown that these emotions, 5 primary emotions, anger, fear, sadness, love, and joy, we were going to experience. Now, the Buddha, invited them in and harmonized them. Christ had a way of working. Other great masters had a way of working with the density, these emotions. For me, I found that the compassion piece of noticing how I was feeling. So not just feeling it, not just being like, oh, I'm so upset about, just saying, oh, I'm noticing that I'm feeling this certain way. And just in that little, simple little shift, you don't become that energy, you observe that energy. And then this healing compassion frequency comes through and it lifts and releases. And I know from working with people steadily since 2010, specifically with the energy fields and the chakras, those feelings, when you're not noticing them, do end up in your energy centers and start to broadcast things that you really wouldn't choose to broadcast. So paying attention to how you feel, and I send it to the light. If there's anything less than love and joy, I send it to the light because I know that I can experience bliss in this lifetime. But love and joy also, in medical intuition, we're taught that they're not just states of being, attainments, they're emotional components. So if I love whatever day of the week, or, oh, I can't wait to do this. I think that some of us were taught that happiness was fleeting, but even Abraham in the law of attraction says, hold that vibration for 17 seconds or more, and you're anchoring it. So love and joy as an emotion will actually rewrite the cellular information that your cells are telling your physical body, and you're vibrating with joy and love. So pay more attention to that and release the other things you're feeling. I send them to the light. Really just pay attention to your day. And a lot of the things you're feeling aren't even your thoughts, because we do have the collective that we're connected with. So I'd like to say, is this mine or someone else's? That's what Archangel Michael taught me. I know as soon as I say that, he's right there to lift, almost like, snap my fingers and sadness is gone. I notice around the holidays, and I'll be saying that, pretty frequently. So you can be in the world, but not of the world. So those are some really important keys for self-care, is paying attention to your feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And from my opinion, by doing that, like paying more attention and becoming more like a witness of how we feel, it also helps us to raise our vibration and shift from that state of being. Because many times when we are not aware of what's going on within us, we get identified by those traumas and those emotions, and then we get stuck into those vibrations. So
True. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stuck and blocked are very common. I've worked with a lot of people. I started out there myself. I was stuck, blocked, and those are emotional components that you haven't processed fully, and allow that flow to come back. So, and I'm creating my oracle cards too. I listened to a sound frequency, the miracle frequency of Tesla, on June 3rd. And by June 4th, I knew exactly how to do them. They were underway. It was that fast. Where for 10 years, it's been 10 years since I did my first deck. And it was on my to-do list. But I was like, oh, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this deck. And then suddenly I just knew I had the directives. So I took the self-care to listen to the miracle frequency as part of my self-care that Saturday. Next thing I know, the oracle card deck is underway. And each card was significant in that I was downloading and channeling, but also being encouraged to share the energy tools that I've learned along the years to put into the cards that can be instant elevators of self-care. So whether it's a rose quartz, for instance, or selenite, it's got the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom. And, so in our everyday life, your self-care, along with your feelings, start to really notice, things that you're drawn to, because those are components of your self-care.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, like, how do you see this affects in our day-to-day life? Because like from my experience is I feel my choices changes. It's more like choices that honor myself, honor what I desire, and feel what I deserve. And also it affects relationships. It affects like everything. It's so how do you see, like from your perspective, the self-care will change the way we live our life?
Well, it does put you in a vibrational frequency of the vortex. And I do think our purpose is really to become that vortex in a way that works for us. And then we do, magnetize the relationships, the people, the different opportunities, invitations, things like that. So another thing that I noticed, I actually wrote an article called The Law of Generosity. It was channeled, and my guides were letting me know that when I was saying yes to things that my spirit wanted to say no to, I wasn't doing anybody any favors. So while that could look a certain way in relationships, you say, you're honoring your true energy and your feelings. And that way you're not emitting resentment and things like that. It's so subtle, but you catch yourself and that just that subtle bit of resentment. Well, because you're not taking care of yourself, it emits something else that you wouldn't choose to. So, checking in with yourself about, what works for me. That's a good one we've heard. Does that work for you? Does that work for me? Like, do what works for you, because you're going to really be in the most pure energy. And that's just so helpful. I mean, we got enough stuff flying around the planet. I know that, honoring that is going to keep the environment more clear, because I'm being true to myself. So I think that's helpful for people to know. I know it was for me, because it's really easy to get caught up in doing a lot of things that you may not choose to be doing and not really realize that. Just, people pleasing, things like that. So it may be tough at first, but when you really realize the spiritual energy that you're emitting, then it's easier to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. And also another thing that I see, like in my life, like when I take care of myself more, when I honor myself more, I feel like it becomes easier to stay aligned with my soul journey, or my what I feel as a purpose. And also I feel more connected to maybe guides or beings that I work with, like on a spiritual level. So how do you see that the divine self-care, and how does it affect these spiritual connections?
Yes. So when you raise your vibration, like I thought when I first started with angel reading, I want to work with the angels, and I thought I was choosing who I was working with. And I found out later on that they are working with us based on our vibration a lot of the time. Like, I didn't know that I was working with the collective Cryon, which is a celestial group. I didn't know that Metatron was working with me. I thought I was working with, them. But what it happens is you begin to pay attention to your vibration and frequency. They're just a natural alignment that more of your divine team can get through to you, pretty much. So I know in between lifetimes and prior lifetimes, and we have these really great connections. I call them divine friendships with the higher realms. But when we raise our personal frequency, it does create an easier communication for them. And I recognized that with the book that appeared in my third eye, and they were like, okay, she's doing the med now. She can be clear enough channel to receive what, even what I said I do before I came here. A lot of it, you're listening, watching, you said before you came here, you do some things, but you got stuck or blocked. Totally understand. But part of the self-care and recognizing you can really manage your own personal energy field, and then you can be more connected with your spirit guides and your higher self. So yeah, that's life-changing, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And also I have a question about, because we've been talking about raising our vibration, and also because also you talk about our unique vibration or soul frequency. So I would love if you can tell us more about that, how to access it, or also like the raising our vibration in general. How can we make that process maybe more easier?
Yeah, I think I like science and math more than I ever thought I would. Actually majored in art history in college, BA, but when I started to realize that the law of attraction was part of a component where the universal law of resonance, what you can raise your frequency to, is what is going to align with the law of attraction, then everything just, even when you're in a higher vibration, or you start to consciously meditate and things like that, we've heard a lot about that. But the personal ways I find are things that you maybe backburnered, or things that you liked when you were younger, kind of thing, because you have very unique gifts and talents. While you're part of the divine law of oneness, you also came in with your own personal divine uniqueness, right? So whether it's animals or plants or flowers, you know, those are particular spiritual connections. I call them animal kingdom, plant kingdom, flower kingdom. And so, so raising your personal vibration is about following and really following through. I guess I want to say too, because we may have ideas of things, but I think the tendency to put ourselves last, get that work in, you know, get that to-do list taken care of. I think we put those things in the back burner too often, but, you know, take a day and don't have anything in particular that you've planned on, and let your spirit guide you and see what you feel like doing that day and what you're naturally drawn to, because those can be really good ways to pay attention to your own soul frequency and energy and, you know, really what you're here to do. And even if you don't think it has a title or important, I would say pay attention to that even more. So yeah. Painting was that for me. And I wasn't going to do it in school because I was very intimidated that there were artists and I wasn't an artist, and I didn't even take any classes. But when I just wanted to feel better one day, I bought some paints, and lo and behold, I painted, and now I'm a professional painter. So I'd say, if you want a class, fine, do that, but just pay attention to what you feel like doing. Give yourself permission, you know, and you may be surprised.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's important to slow down sometimes and take time for us to just try to feel what we want to create, and also the guidance that we may receive or messages. Because also many times, like the way we create things can change over time as we evolve and grow, and we may create new things, and we need to create time for that, to slow down and listen to our inner guidance and also messages we've been receiving. So that can be very, very helpful. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And also another question is about as we say, the time, like either the mind is going through a lot of thoughts, like already created a momentum that's really dense, like with lots of thoughts, and difficult to stop right away, or maybe feeling emotions that are dense. And sometimes we feel, when we try to shift our vibration, we feel like shifting it right away, like totally to the other, maybe extreme. So are there ways to do that, like fast, or is it more like we do it slowly, step by step, until we can reach a higher vibration?
Yeah, I mean, over time, things do become habits where you don't need the Post-it notes and the timers anymore to really notice, get right into noticing and observing more. I still have my go-tos like frankincense essential oil, because there are a lot of energies on the planet. And I know when I reach for that and I inhale that, it transports me instantaneously. So it's something I'm drawn to. I thought it was interesting that different plants had consciousness as I learned more and discovered what each of them helped with, and that we were whole and healed, you know, intact. But because of any vibrational field we could be, you know, amidst, that we could take on that energy unknowingly. So it's like, so my angel tuners are another one. I have my angel tuners. I ring them, you know, before every session, and my environment, my inner space, instant alignment. And that's, again, that Tesla frequency, the miracle frequency on YouTube. 1 minute I thought, well, I'll do the Oracle cards at some point. Next thing I know, they're underway, because I put myself in the frequency, in like a 7-minute miracle frequency. I mean, it was that fast. So really pay attention to, and let it be easy, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be years of work to experience something more that you would choose to experience. If you can change that thought instantly, that's another fun one. Like, make it fun, right? Say, okay, I'm noticing I'm feeling this. What would it take to feel this? And when you can feel the way you feel, we have empowerment. And let yourself do that. It is emitting a frequency. It's not like a waste of time. It's not like up and down. Hold that frequency of that feeling, act as if it is. It's part of a creation template Spirit gave me years ago. Thank you, God, I now have, not I want. Thank you, God, I now have, this or that you would like, relationship or career, and I feel. And then I'd write down 3 different feelings But as time went on, they were saying, no, these are frequencies. Spend the time feeling the frequencies, because with the universal law of resonance, it states that the rate of the vibration projected will harmonize with and attract back that resonance. So we can quickly get into a higher resonance, and the law states it's got to come right back. So I say it's an art and a science. Have fun with it and know that it works, because the universal laws are here to facilitate our complete well-being. That's what we said we'd do.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, just commenting on what you said. Sometimes we don't allow the shift to happen quickly just because we believe that's, yeah, we don't believe that it can be easy. It's more like a limiting belief. And yeah, so we start taking questions. Would you like first to tell us a little bit about the new Oracle deck?
Thank you. Yes, I have the new one right here. It's Divine Self-Care and Spa Day Oracle. I've been working with the Goddess Collective since pretty early on, around the Angel Readings 2007, and they came to me with Goddess guidance messages for personal serendipity, synchronicity, and the art of celebrating. So I do feel we have the ability to, be highly mystical and metaphysical, but also very, human and, celebrating. Why do we wait for a certain day to celebrate? The goddesses say celebration, celebrating everything, finding the blessing will elevate your energy, and you can do it. So that's the title of the deck and the theme that came through. And then each of the cards, like I said, are individual just teachings, really. They all have a channeling on the back and a design, an illustration that I created each one, designed each one, and then I channeled the messages on the back. So this is the new deck. I also thought I'd work with my deck with my original artwork and my channelings from 10 years ago. Still very timeless spiritual teachings and energy. So been working with both decks together and offering messages for people.
Wonderful. So yeah, so again, everyone, you can raise your hand by pressing reactions, then raise hand. If you are on Zoom, or click on *9 if you are on your phone, or type your question on the chat boxes on Zoom or YouTube. And we have Pamela. Can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, thank you so much for.
Hi.
Hi. I would love to have you draw for me. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. And what's your first name?
Pamela.
Pamela. Terrific. Yes. Great to connect. All right. I have for you, I'm going to just do it up. All right. Okay. So I'll show you the card too. Moonlight Energy. Okay. And then the back of the card has the message. I will read the back too and go into a message for you. And anything I say, you're going to recognize, or could be some encouragement or some prophecy coming up. Okay. Just so you know how I read. And there's my divine energy team will clear their energy healing reading. So if there's any kind of false belief systems, things like that, we'll ask that be cleared. Okay. So moonlight energy is creative energy. Get in sync with your own divine creative expression, receive divinely inspired ideas, and ground them into reality. So I do get for you, Pamela, that the energy of, I don't know if you've ever been interested in astrology, the sciences, or, natal charts or things like that. But I do feel like the cosmic connections for you are only going to get stronger. And you just, I get something with precision too. Numbers, I don't know if you notice numbers throughout the day, but numbers are encodements of consciousness. So when you have a connection with cosmic energy, with numbers, with numerology, with astrology, things like that. And again, if you haven't been interested in that, I do read something, past lifetimes or in between lifetimes, like you came in like, specific birthday with, certain kind, knowing that the numbers were going to support you. So if you look around, you see the 111s or whatever variety of, mixture of numbers there are, those are, like I call them ascension friends, like just letting you know. So setting an intention, I'm on the right path, the number shows up. So it's just a special spiritual connection that you have that is a specific one. and moonlight energy too. When I read for people, I am looking at the card. You're like, well, I don't see any numbers on the moonlight energy, but the stars on the card right near the moon were speaking to me for you for this message. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much, Anne, and also thank you, Pamela, for your question. And we have Linda. Would love to know if my angels or guides have a message for me today. Thank you so much.
Okay, and Linda. All right, I got the Celebrate card, and it does have gold angel wings. So I do feel like some of the cards have different realms. So this would be the angelic connection. For Pamela, that was the goddess realm. So we've got the angelic realm here, and it is the time to celebrate everything. Okay, so with the messages from the angelic realm, now they're just telling me some things, like for Pamela, some numbers, and what is this caller's name? Let me hear this again.
Linda.
Linda, yes, Linda. There's when we talk about connections with angels, the archangels have specific color rays. Again, not necessarily something necessarily we got taught in school, but I am not noticing a lot of the pink and the white on this card, because the angels and guides speak to me through the pictures a lot. And so what that says is it's never just a color for you. It's like a complete message. So there's more to meets the eye, in your ordinary reality, or what you consider an ordinary day. There's a lot of messages being communicated. And then for you, particularly from the angelic realm, and those are going to come through as colors. So even though if you're like, well, I decided to wear this color today, the colors relate to the chakra system. It could show that, your energy is requiring, there's no need to, have to, or should, but, if you choose to add in, something to amplify a color, it's actually a divine power and frequency. Okay, so numbers have encodements of consciousness. Color rays, the archangels have a variety of color rays. You can get to know what they are. Again, things I say, you may already be doing that, or this could be an encouragement. I just get things in the now very clearly. Anything that you would intend or want to experience, or do or have, hold it in your third eye, in your imagination, which is higher consciousness, and add a color ray around it. That will exponentially magnify your intention, and the angelic realm will be assisting you in bringing it into being, into fruition. So clear anything in the way of that awareness. Thank you, God, and so it is. All right. Thank you, Linda.
Beautiful. Thank you, Anne, and thank you, Linda. Vivi, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful. Hi, Anne. Hi, and thank you, Monsef.
Hi.
Hi, this is Vivica, and
Hi,
I worked with you. You are amazing. You're so wonderful. Thank you. And I'm moving ahead, as we know, or attempting to various pathways. And I have been focusing on my own self-nurturance and my husband's, and he's really coming along too. God bless him. He's so amazing. But what's happening now, and I feel good, things have really calmed down emotionally and with my energetic and my previously compromised nervous system. But what's happening, which is very interesting for a number of months, is I have pretty severe neck stiffness, and I've had a couple of chiropractors and spine, and I've had a couple of MRIs too. I'm working with professionals. The chiropractors didn't work for me, so I'm with a osteopath. And but I've been asking also what the messages are. I understand wear and tear on the lower body, and I'm working on exercises, but I'm wondering what the neck stiffness, what the message, what the body wants me to know. I've been asking, and I'm not getting anything. I don't know if it's past life, ancestral.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. And thank you, Vivica. It's great to connect with you here. So I will be taking additional training. I'm just in more energetics with the physical realm. Okay. Just letting you know that my work is taking me into a trajectory with physical health as well. But I will say, pulling the card here, that I've got Hummingbird Sacred Messages, Joy. Okay. Bird totems are spiritual messengers. Hummingbird messages about joy, love, and lightness. Connect with that, and you can feel it now. What you feel, you attract. So we look at the energy, and you know, if there's an animal totem or you know, that is, you know, jumping into your reading here, flying into your reading here, call on hummingbird totem. You know, the sacred message is joy. So how do you find the joy when you're experiencing this? You know, everything is a message. And I know you're aware of that. It is reminding you about the hummingbird's way of, you know, beingness can be, you know, in flight, rather, you know, flexible and vibrating at a higher level. And I feel like that neck pain is coming from, I do see some past life with that. When you said that, they said yes. But so going from your heart chakra to your third eye, okay, is there in your throat chakra in this region. And there have been times when you have been a little bit, you know, blocked between the head and the heart, right? The left brain and the right brain, the logic and the intuition. So when you observe and notice your feelings around this and continue to say, I now release any time in any space, time, dimension, reality, hologram, energetic fields, anywhere where I blocked my intuition because it wasn't considered rational at the time. You understand, some of these prior lifetimes kind of forced us into left brain logic to avoid any kind of perception that would come with intuition. So you're really resolving that. You are resolving that. So again, with compassion, notice, I would say, keep checking with your doctor. When something's in the physical, they can address it on the physical level. And moving forward, keep giving yourself, I heard a term from a spiritual teacher years ago, love yourself forward. You know, be even more kind to yourself through this, because those lifetimes where you were literally, you know, felt silenced around your true self, really silenced, started to create that blockage. You came into this lifetime to resolve this. You have everything to support your resolution and completion with this. And I thank you for sharing it here. Each of us, that when we share, it does help, you know, everyone on the call and in the world, because the universal law of divine oneness states that everything that you are transforming, Vivica, will transform the entire planet. So I'm hearing, we thank you. So let's resolve this, we come to completion with this, you're allowing your intuition to flourish, and you are at peace with all of it, because everything is in divine order. And the divine timing is here now for this. Again, clear it in all time, space, dimension, realities, holographic, energetic fields. Thank you, God, and so it is. And call on hummingbird. They love your energy.
That is everything I need. I'm so grateful. It all rings true. And I feel bliss, great joy in my heart rising up to my throat. Thank you, as always. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you, Monsif. Thank you for having her.
Thank you. And thank you very much, Anne. And Linda Sherrod, thank you so much. Send in much gratitude and appreciation for the reading.
An honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. And Vivian, hi. I would like to ask for a card from your new deck, reflecting what will benefit me to focus on and remember about love and joy. Thank you.
Beautiful. And what is her name?
Vivian.
Vivian. Okay.
Yes.
Vivian. I have say yes. Your heart is intuitive. It knows what will bring you joy. That's great. Listen and follow the yes in your heart for serendipity, synchronicity, and miracles. All right. I'm also noticing that's like a North Star compass energy. So with the heart, I feel that there's an Archangel Shamuel with you. I say your Archangel, they help with everything, but they also specialize in certain areas. So I do get relationships for you. I do feel, you know, no matter where we are in relationships, there's going to be more and more invitations to gather in community, you know, have new like-minded relationships. Kindred spirit is the word that's coming through for you, you know, and some people come to me in relationships. They're either in relationships, they're in a relationship for some time, but there's some new energy coming in to transform even relationships that have been in place, even, you know, in friendships. Okay, because there's more light coming into the planet, more people are awakening. So this is very, so if you want to call on Archangel Shamuel that you connect with, you know, the greatest relationships that will really, you know, bring in the divine plan, is how I'm hearing it, being in relationship with each other, connections that, you know, there's a lot of people have experienced, you know, anxiety of crowds and things like that, but we have the right energy tools. We can be even more, you know, have more equanimity, you know, and being, you know, enjoying the earth as heaven on earth, you know, and gather together, you know, as collective like-mindedness. So you're really increasing the greater collective, Vivian, by following your heart. And, you know, if you get an idea to go here or go there, that's your heart, your intuition. It has some prophecy, so it can know in advance what is right for you. So you just so really pay attention to what you're feeling and what really lights you up, because those are really specific signs of taking action. When you know, receive a divinely inspired idea, follow through with it. I feel like I've said that twice today, this follow through. We used to say follow, but follow through. Like there's more. Keep going. Be open every day to new possibilities.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Anne. And also thank you, Vivian, for your question. And Michelle from Canada, can you please unmute you? Yes, there you are.
Thank you, Monsef. Hi, Anne.
Hi.
I'm new to your work. I find you fascinating already.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Great to speak with you.
I would love to know who is helping me to raise my vibration, my unique vibration. And it's so, since I turned 60 recently, I've got a fear, an existential fear that I don't understand, that I'm dealing with.
Okay. Yeah, I just turned 59 a couple weeks ago, and they're just really gathering us to really powerfully move through our timelines with every, you know, amount of divine power and groundedness. And the cards I pulled for you, I was actually guided to pull one of my artwork oracle cards, Bloom Where You Are Planted. Okay. And Goddess Lakshmi. So the Goddess Lakshmi blesses you with her gold ray of abundance. Invoke her name as you set intentions for your highest good, and allow what no longer serves you to release to the light. This creates space for more of what serves you now. So I do feel again that the timelines that we decided to incarnate into have involved a lot of density, right? I mean, we took on energy. We decided we would have divine amnesia, which would mean we would forget that we were spiritual beings a lot of the time, right? So awakening from that and starting to recognize that you're really here to amplify your true self. There could still be some remnants. So partly I see for you, and you can call on Lakshmi, absolutely. When there's 4 goddesses in this deck, Lakshmi, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, and Isis. So I do feel like they're specific when I pull a certain card for you. Okay, so Lakshmi for you with the gold ray is saying when you bring in the gold ray to how you're feeling, you're transforming more of, you know, angst or existential anything into, because you're helping to shift paradigms, right? So I don't know, we don't necessarily remember the agricultural to industrial age, but you look at PBS, for instance, there's different things that have occurred throughout history. This is another historical moment where we're gathering, and you have the power to transform that into the golden age. So surround your feelings with gold light, send them to the light, call on Lakshmi. And the bloom where you're planted, that's a really highly metaphysical transformational tool, is to fully accept where you are. And I felt funny, like hearing that at first. I'm like, well, I don't want to accept where I feel like I am. I don't want to be here. I don't like this feeling. But something happens really alchemically when you surrender, trust, all that I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm feeling this so that I can release it. You do have the power to be, grounded in your truth and your true energy. And part of this process can be partly releasing that which you've either taken on because that was the way we did things for a while, was to take on energy, but now it's to release any energy that really isn't yours and really enjoy your own frequency. So we want to clear anything in the way of that awareness, all time, space, dimension, reality, hologram, or giant fields. And I do see a little gold ray in that bloom where you were planted too. So it's like lots of gold signs here for you. So you're bringing in the golden age. And thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Yeah. Thank you, Anne. And thank you, Michelle. And let's see, we have Vivian, she wrote, thank you from my heart, Anne and Monse. Yeah, let's see. Sharon, I would like a message and clearing for any false beliefs I am holding at this time. Thank you.
Okay, Sharon. All right, let's see here. Ooh, okay. Selenite power. All right. I love how the divine order of things, it does feel like they connect with you. You know, the energy of the cards connect with you. So they're happy to offer you this message here in this energy. Have selenite near to clear unwanted energy. It resonates with high vibrational light and can help purify your energy and that of your environment. So part of the mineral kingdom amplifies energy, certainly. So I do have a number of different crystals and stone messages throughout the deck, but with this one in particular, with the selenite, this is one whereby you can, you know, stack other cards on. You know, it's clearer. It's got a very refined, pure vibration. It doesn't actually need any, you know, clearing in the sun or moon or anything like that. So I feel like this message for you says that, you know, allow yourself to understand that you are here to have, you know, complete freedom in enjoying your experience with the way that you would choose to and can and get to. There's no need to, have to, should to take on any energy that isn't yours, any feeling that you really would choose not to feel. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. You observe it, you notice it, and you release it. And like I said, sometimes I'll reach for frankincense. Sometimes I'll reach for my angel tuners. Oftentimes I reach for my selenite pillar. I've got one right in the background there. It's always with me when I'm doing my work and living my daily life. So this also reminds you that you are a column of light. Like this is a column of selenite. So imagine God source energy above your head. Bring white gold light. There's a good combination for becoming the column down through your energy centers into the crystalline grid of the earth. Surround your auric field with it and say, I now release anything not serving the light. Transmute, bring it up to the central sun, transmute, never to return. Thank you, God, and so it is. So really, you are an energy master, and selenite can be a great part of your divine team. So I'm hearing this. Yeah. So thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Anne. And thank you also, Sharon, for your question. And let's see, maybe one more from Joshua on the phone. Can you please unmute yourself? Joshua?
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha. Wow. Everything that's shared has helped me so much already. And wow, yeah, really grateful. And yeah, I'd just like a card drawn.
Absolutely.
Please,
thank you. An honor. All right, so I'm going to let's go with shine your light. You are light, love, joy, and peace. Celebrate. All right, I do sense themes in our gatherings often, and the golden light, the white light, shine your light. Okay. So I'm getting a message for you too, also, Joshua. Again, things I say you either are going to recognize or could be like an encouragement. Remember, where two or more are gathered, exponential energy is abundantly available to transform. I do get Saint Germain with you with the violet flame. So, and if, again, anything I say you may recognize or could be new encouragement or awareness, but Saint Germain and the violet flame.
Yeah, he's my homie.
Okay, I thought so, but I hear St. Germain, I hear him talking. Everything's in the now. So, okay, good. So that is, amplification, exponential energy. They are your divine friends, collaborators. They are part of your divine team in the, in the mission to allow the light on the planet to prevail. And it is significant that you incarnated at this time to be part of like emissary, ambassador, light guide. So when I hear light guide, because we have light worker, way shower, mentor, light guide. So showing people the possibilities, working with their own light, letting themselves and yourself to see you're a teacher. So anything you have learned, you can teach. So you will continue to illuminate for people their true self. More and more people are asking about that. Who is my true self? So your light and your example will, and also it's things that you say, but also your presence. So I think that's really great for you too, because it's like, I say the right thing, it's your energy and people notice that. So you can walk into a room and the energy can be elevated because your consciousness does that. So it may not even be, maybe not completely noticeable that you're shining your light, but your consciousness is emanating. And so that's just really grand. I say, I want to clear anything of the way that in all time, space, dimension, reality, hologram, orange jet fields, thank you, God, and so it is. And here's the back. It says, celebrate that. So thank you.
Thank you so much. That feels so good. Thank you. Grateful. Yeah. Aloha.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anne, and thank you, Joshua, for calling in. And so Anne, now I would love if you can tell us about both the free gift, which is Awaken Your Divine Intuitive Power, and also the special offer, which is a one-on-one 45 minutes energy healing reading. And I'm putting the links on the chat boxes on Zoom and also on YouTube. And also there are on the live events page and later on the replay page, there are free gift button and also special offer button to access those pages. And also maybe I'll share the link for the free gift is annedeidre.com/free-gift-offer. And for the 45 minutes one-on-one session is yourdivineuniqueness.com/Anne, ANNE. So, Anne, I would love if you can tell us about these two.
Yeah, so my free gift is Awaken Your Divine Intuitive Power. I did become a chakra specialist and helping people, facilitating the awareness of what is in each of the centers that you can release. So there's a guidebook and audios to support the excavation of anything that you would not choose to experience. I know we may have heard the term know thyself, but again, this is a very, united collective of oneness and gathering, but it's also very personal and individual. And I love that, for each of us, we can, get to know and make friends with the energy we're carrying. If we're carrying some density, it's like, oh, that's interesting. Thanks for letting me know that I've picked up some density. I probably cleared it from the planet. Now I'm ready to release it. So the free gift is really allowing yourself to be in your fullest divine power with, new chakra upgrades. The chakra system that we came in with is changing. We're here to be the column of light. So, sooner than later, we're all getting the memo to feel as well as we can. So, and be as intuitive as we can, because that's our birthright. So that's the free gift. And then my one-on-one 45-minute, I have an intuitive ability to check in with in between lifetime, past life, current life, and future timelines, and what your true soul frequencies are. So I've been doing this close to 20 years. And what I noticed that, individually, especially with the birth date that you chose to incarnate, those are specific messages about what you're here to anchor in terms of frequency. Sometimes it has a title, but in any event, you're here to really focus on a few key frequencies. And when you know what they are, you can, the weight of the world and all that can just really just know what you're doing and what you're here for. And I can read all those in your field, whether it's a book, a business, or, whatever it is that's true for you. I do have a psychic ability to tune in on that and let you know what your purpose is. And it's often in raising your vibration and the best ways to do that. And I do clear, I've been an energy clearer with a divine energy team this whole time. So I call them energy healing readings. And these are kind of reset to soul frequency. So looking forward to connecting.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anne. Very grateful to you. And so everyone, I really recommend both getting the free gift and also booking the one-on-one private session with Anne. And I really love, the energy that Anne embodies and shares also. And really, I trust it. And I always feel honored to share her work and trust the work that she does. And we received really great feedback from you who worked with her in the past. So so grateful that she's offering us both her gift and also the one-on-one session. And I encourage you to sign up for both of them. And again, the links, they are on the chat box on both Zoom and YouTube. And there are free gift button and also special offer button for both of them on the live events page, later on the replay page. And also both links, you can find them on YouTube video description, whether now or on the replay. And maybe I will share the links for the free gifts. It's annedeidre.com/free-gift-offer. For the one-on-one session is yourdivineuniqueness.com/Anne, ANNE. And Linda Sherrod, so grateful and honored to be here with everyone. Much love and light to all. Thank you, Linda. And thank you so much, Anne. As always, so grateful to you. It was really amazing call, very powerful. So thank you so much.
Thank you too. Much love and blessings, everyone. Thank you, Montse.
Thank you, Anne, and thank you everyone for joining us today, co-creating with us this really amazing session. I really loved it. I really loved the vibration, really high, and loved the interaction with you, with Anne, and also the guidance she gave us. So thank you for your co-creation. And so with that, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you on the next call. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.